Shalom, shalom. Yeah, get ready for a little bit. All right, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Makar HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you, brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing word and truth and sincerity. And shalom to you believers out there, the Hakim or Aqua. Yeah, so you see the title there, fair game for anyone. Who am I speaking to? The Israelites. All right, mainly the masses is fair game, but really you Israelites. That's who we're concerned about, our people. All right, to hell with the rest of these nations. You Israelites, y'all fair game. All right, and as Kamala now is about to be the new Democratic nominee, you see a lot of so-called black women, Israelite women. You know, they're like, I'm with her. Again, hook, line, and sinker. Now, you know, I watch how our people paraded around after Joe Biden won. Now they was crying for Trump. Now that Kamala Harris is in, now you know there's going to be a shift, especially amongst so-called black women in general. But again, I'm talking to Israelite women, Latino, Native, and so-called Latino, Native, and Negro women. They're going to shift. Okay, but I want to play this here because it's so typical. Esau Edom, he runs the same play. He tell you what he gonna do before it happens. Now we already know that us in the know with common sense, we already know that the president has already been picked, whether it be Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. Now let's check this out. Lord willing, this play. If it don't, I will edit this in post production and just add the videos. That's what I'm gonna have to do. So I'm waiting for this. Because a lot of times when I play YouTube videos on StreamYard, it start acting up. So let's see.
1600. Sweet. Excellent question. Yes, I am proud to be America's first straight female president. Helen?
Wasn't I wearing a hat?
Yes, you were. Now, in conclusion, my administration will focus on the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and refilling the ocean. Thank you very much. As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Well, remember when the last administration decided to invest in our nation's children? Big mistake.
The Balanced Breakfast program just created a generation of ultra-strong super criminals.
And Midnight Basketball taught them to function without sleep.
What about my pledge to build the world's largest bookmobile? Isn't there any money left for this?
So that's all I need. As you can see, she has on the same thing Kamala Harris had on when she was inaugurated as VP. All right, and who was she going against? Trump. Same play, same thing. You think this is a coincidence? No, it's not. Okay, it's not a coincidence. Let's go here. No, it's not. Watch this. It's from the brother out of Mississippi.
What do you think about the indictment?
All this work that we're doing, brothers, for this ministry eventually is going to pay off. Lord, the men of this truth, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the highest value male there is.
I'm here to support President Trump. You want to know why I'm here to support President Trump? Because they done did black men like this for decades. Make up charges and pull them, so I know Trump is innocent. I support Trump against this corrupt, two-tiered justice system. That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump. And I'm wearing my shirt, Niggas for Trump 2024, and I mean that.
What do you think about the indictment?
Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's going around the country. You know, Fannie Willis. She went to school with my sister. She's full of shit. So she's a puppet for the white liberal that is controlling everything. She's in front, but the white liberal back there pulling those strings, telling her what to do. That's what I think about her, making a fool of herself.
Do you think it's going to help his election?
Of course it is. It's going to elevate my way. I think we should make Trump king. That's how I feel.
It's pronounced Kang, but I'll allow it.
Wouldn't it be like kind of like communistic?
No, that's nowhere near communist. Now, we're just going to make him king, but we still got our freedoms and rights.
Communist.
Keep for that. Yeah, Trump for king 2024.
That's actually my URL. I own that URL.
You own that URL?
Can I get your name?
Really? Oh, my name is Niggas for Trump. Derek Gilbert.
And you see the brother did a video earlier, Jake and Eve are so predictable. Okay, because you Israelites are, and I'm going to get into these scriptures. I just want to play these vids to show you how simple our people are. They have been destroyed. They are fair game, like the title said. They're fair game for anyone. They're fair game for the Edomite and these other nations, and they're fair game for the rich and wealthy of our people. Okay, you Israelites out there love simplicity and degeneracy, and they play on that. That's why, like the brother said, they had Trump be shot. Right, they had these charges. Who won't identify with that? Niggas, man. Okay. Now they got Kamala coming out, and like the brother said, all she got to do is, wear a blind wig or do something, do something that's that so-called black people kind of identify with, twerk, and Eve gonna be with it, man.
Former candidate.
Of the United States. All right. So I need all my girls, all my Polish girls to tap in, baby. If you voting for Harris, drop it in them comments below.
You see, simple as Negroes. Now let's get into this because let's just get to this law first. This is in the NLT. Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15 states that what? Now I'm going to start at verse 14. It says guidelines for a king. Now it says, you are about to enter the land the Lord your power is giving you. When you take it over and settle there, you may think we should select a king to rule over us like the other nations around us. Yeah, and Jake always continually wanted to be like the other nations. That's why the Lord just gave us over to those nations. Okay, so it says, if this happens, be sure to select as king the man the Lord your power chooses. You must appoint a fellow Israelite. He may not be a foreigner. So we was only supposed to have Israelite men, as kings over us. We weren't supposed to have Edomites and Elamites and all the rest of the ites over us, right? But see, due to the curses, the Lord just gave us away to the rest of the nations. That's like, okay, that's what you want. That's what I'm gonna give you. So let's get into that. Because number one, I'm gonna go to that. So we're gonna go to 1 Samuel chapter 8, right? I'm gonna start at verse 1. Israel demands a king. And you already in the video, you heard my man say Trump the king. And he said, no, it won't be communist. We'll still have our right for Trump the king. All right. And really, we're supposed to be leaning upon the Heavenly Father. All right. Just like in this time now, we're supposed to be leaning on the Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, the Heavenly Father, through His only begotten Son. That's our king. Yahweh Shah is our king. But the people say, no, we want Kamala. We want Trump. We want Biden. We want Obama. We saw run the same play on simple niggas. And y'all fall from it every time. That's why I titled this, They're Fair Game. Matter of fact, before I even start, because I had this pulled up, what do fair game mean? What do it mean? A person or a thing that is considered a reasonable target for criticism, exploitation, or attack. And that's you Israelites, man. Esau even know. You when it comes to Esau, even His main target of criticism is you Israelites, exploitation is you Israelites, and attack is you Israelites. Okay, so that's why I titled this. Now let's go back to First Samuel, starting at verse 1. And it came to pass when Samuel was old that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, took bribes, and perverted judgment. All right, sound like Israel today. Sound like our people that's in high places. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations, right? Trying to be like these other nations. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. Okay, let's see what the Lord said. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee. Okay, you ain't reject Samuel. All right, you ain't rejecting the brothers that teaching you to turn them back, but they have rejected me. So when brothers preach the word telling you to come back and you reject it, all right, because you want to hear smooth things, you want to hear the economy is going to get better, so you can stack up money, so you can put your kids in college and save for generational wealth. When you come up against America is to be destroyed, when you come up against these other nations, starting with Esau, Edom is going to be under subjection. You're not rejecting us or me. You're not rejecting other brothers. You're not rejecting. No. Who are you rejecting? You're rejecting the Heavenly Father. You're rejecting His only begotten Son. That's who you're rejecting. But they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. Right. So when a brother tell you, sister, you need to put on clothes and be under subjection to your husband, you're not rejecting him when you say no. When you adopt feminist ideology, you're not rejecting men per se. You're rejecting Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. So now let's go down. I want to jump down to verse 10. It says, And Samuel told all the words unto the Lord, And Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked of him a king. And he said, This will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint himself. Matter of fact, let me get this in the NLT. Now pay attention to this, because a lot of this sound like the curses. Okay, just listen to it. But this is what happens when these presidents, or foreign minister, prime ministers, whatever you want to call them, they get in the office, right? This is what happened when the Lord gave us over to our enemies, and we wanted a king. Now Saul was an Israelite, but just using this, okay, for in future tense. Now check this out. Let's start at verse 10. And then it says, So Samuel passed on the Lord's warning to the people who were asking him for a king. This is how a king will reign over you, Samuel said. The king will draft your sons and assign them to his chariots and to his charioteers, making them run before his chariots. Some will be generals and captains in his army. Some will be forced to plow in his fields and harvest crops, and some will make his weapons and chariot equipment. And what happened? Right now, you have men who are 18 to 26. They're automatically in the draft. All right, Esau, Edom, he'll throw you out there to fight for him. The elites, the global bankers, they'll take your sons, even your daughters, put them out there for war. All right, some will be generals, some will be captains, some will plow fields, harvest crops, and make weapons and all types of things. This is what happens. The king will take your daughters from you and force them to cook and bake and make perfumes for him. Yeah, put them in the workforce. You see, put them in the workforce. Now you don't have a woman at home to attend to your needs like in elder times. No, the woman, she wants to be what? In the workforce. All right, she go to her job and cook and bake. She go to her job and make things. Listen to another man, take instruction, and do all the things that she don't want to do at home for you. He will take away the best of your fields and vineyards and olive groves and give them to his own officials. What do these politicians do? They fatten their pockets, man. The league bakers, they fatten their pockets off your blood and sweat. He will take a tenth of your grain and your grapes and harvest and distribute among his officers and attendants taxes. All right, you get taxed on everything, man. He will take your male and female slaves and demand the finest of your cattle and donkeys for his own. He will demand a tenth of your flocks, and you will be his slaves, right? Now we're debt slaves in corporate America, man. That's all we are. All right, nothing but cattle, man, getting taxed. That's what that tenth of your flocks represent. He's taxing. When the day comes, you will beg for relief from this king you are demanding, but then the Lord will not help you, right? And that's what happened. Jacob has been doing nothing but trying to get relief. That's why our people will do all manner of wickedness to acquire fame and fortune. That's uh, basically subtly begging for release. All right, what Jay say, I want to just get out the hood. I just want to make it out. Okay, and they'll do anything to make it out. It says, but the people refused to listen to Samuel warning. Even so, we still want a king. They still want Obama. They still want Trump. They still want Kamala. They still want Michelle Obama. Okay. Yeah, they still want a king, they say. We want to be like the nations around us. Our king will judge us and lead us into battle. All right, so Samuel repeated to the Lord what the people had said, and the Lord replied, do as they say, and give them a king. Then Samuel agreed and sent the people home. So the Lord said, I'm going to give y'all, all right, up to these people who you love and idolize so much. All right. That's what the Lord said. And that's because what? Well, you and you niggas are simple, and the Lord let you what? He let you be for fair game. Now let's go here. Because this is the scripture that I'm referring to. When you go to Isaiah 42, starting at verse 22, it says, all right, but his own people have been robbed and plundered. Who is his own people? The Israelites. Enslaved, imprisoned, and trapped. Right. Don't what T.I. say? We in the trap, man. We had an album called what? Trap Music. All right. We trapped in these things, man. We're enslaved. We're in prison. In prison spiritually. Prison in our mind. Okay. We're prisoner to our enemies, man. Trapped. They are fair game for anyone. And again, when you go back here to fair game, what was the definition? What was the meaning? A person or thing that is considered a reasonable target for criticism, exploitation, and attack. And that's all our enemies do. That's all they do, Jay, to you. They exploit you. They criticize you and attack you. And they use our people to do it. Okay? That's why we have something called thought culture, man. That's why all the women walking around here scantily clad with them long ass eyelashes, fake nails, BBLs, boob jobs, and etc. Why? Because he had took a couple of women, gave them money, and through the generation pushed this on the people. All right, fair game, man. Being exploited. They are fair game for anyone and have no one to protect them. No, Esau not gonna protect you. Kamala not gonna protect you. When you gonna learn your vote don't matter? When you gonna learn when you vote for president, it's nothing in it for you. All right. That's why our brothers telling you to come back, because our protector is who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. No one will take them back home. Who will hear these lessons from the past and see the ruin that awaits you in your future? Who allowed Israel to be robbed and hurt? it was the Lord. So it was Yahweh Hashem Yahushua who gave us hope. Just like in First Samuel, he said, listen to him. All right. Against whom we sin. Right. That's why we under the curses. That's why we are fair game. That's why we able to be attacked this way. All right, and criticized. That byword. That just that stench, man. All right, the other nations look at us as filth. For the people would not walk in his path, nor would they obey his law. So that's why, the Lord gave us over. Okay. Therefore, he poured out his fury on them and destroyed them in battle. They were enveloped in flames, but they still refused to understand. They were consumed by fire, but they did not learn their lesson. Why? Because the Lord ultimately blocked 2/3 of our people. Let's get that. Let's go here. Matter of fact, before I go there, let's go to Ezekiel. Okay, because Ezekiel was commissioned. All the prophets been commissioned, but only a remnant is going to get it. Ezekiel chapter 3, starting at verse 4, tell us what? And he said unto me, son of man, go, get thee into the house of Israel, speak with my words unto them, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel, right? So you have brothers teaching in all languages, English, Spanish, the various languages of the world. You even have brothers teaching in sign language, man. The Lord didn't make this thing hard. And he sent brothers of all walks of life. All right, so each brother can basically what's the word I'm looking for? The Lord sent out variations of brothers for variations of spirits to gravitate to. Okay, you have some brothers who was raised in the bird, some brothers raised in the hood, some brothers are educated, some brothers are rough around the edge, or some brothers are lighter. So all of those people is made up in the house of Israel, and you have brothers that teach, and they are made up in the circumcision. When you think about it, verse 6, not too many people of a strange speech or of a hard language, whose words thou can't not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. So basically, what he's saying is, he would have sent to other people, they would have gravitated, but send it to you hard-headed Negroes, Latinos, and natives. All right, that's 2/3. Speaking to the 2/3. All right. You 2/3, you just ain't gonna hearken. You just ain't gonna do it. Verse 7, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed. Hard-hearted. I'm slacking, but they is hard-headed. All right. Stiff-necked people, man. All right. That's why in the next verse he said, I made thy face strong against their faces, and forehead strong against their foreheads, because you are hard-headed people. And you keep in Esau can run that same play. Go left, go up the middle. Go left, go up the middle. Go left. You Negroes don't never find a defense for that play. Okay. So now I want to go to so the Lord made you Negroes hard-headed, man. He didn't want everybody. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. All right. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. Esau, his enchantments blind you Negroes, man. And the Lord give you over to Esau enchantments, least the gospel of Mashiach, who's the image of the Most High, should shine upon them. All right. So the Lord didn't want everybody, man. And this is going to be reiterated right here when you go to Isaiah chapter 6. What was Isaiah's commission? Just like Ezekiel, to go out and speak. All right, let's start at verse 8. It says, also I've heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? Who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. Yeah, you hearing the prophecies. You hear the word, but you don't understand. The Lord got that angel to block you. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. Yeah, you seeing the scriptures in real time. You seeing the prophecy. You seeing the Lord doing a mighty work, waking brothers and sisters up. You seeing the Lord how He moving, the earthquakes, the pestilences. You seeing the wars and the rumors of war. You seeing all what we see, but you're not perceiving. Make the heart of these people fat and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. So the Lord don't want 2/3 of our people here healed. That's just the way things go. So, again, they're seeing they see what we see in the news. They see what's going on around the planet. But eyes closed, ears shut, they spiritually blinded, man. And that's just the way it is. Now, I want to go here to Ecclesiasticus, known as Sirach. This is going to be in the GNT. Now, I want to play this video first. This is Kamala Harris, who Negro women is going to support and throw money behind.
Do you support reparations for Black people? Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you use for.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people.
You see? That's who y'all want, Negro.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people.
Right. She's not. All right? She don't even have that power, first of all. That's where you silly women, you think, you have this pseudo power. And I'm gonna go and let's go into it. Because none of these presidents have power. Not Trump, not Biden, not Obama, not none of them. But especially not no Kamala Harris. But you silly Negro women, you're gonna you're gonna look past her. You don't understand what she's about. Truthfully, you just see a woman of color and you're gonna fly behind it. That's why I titled you fair game. Because niggas is simple, but you Negro women is even more simple. Okay? And Esau knows this. Okay? That's why he put you ahead. Because he already know that's gonna lead to destruction when a woman is leading anything and don't have a man to keep shit in check. Excuse my language, but Ecclesiasticus, all right? And these people, these elites, never will have your best interest. They don't even have their own people in the best interest, because a lot of it is It's class wars. It's class. It's about what class you in, what tax bracket you in as well. So I was reading this too in Ecclesiastes chapter 13. Let's start at verse 4. It says, a rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it. Yeah. So when you think about it, when you think about how Donald Trump came out to 50 Cent Mini, he got shot, he got the charges. Okay, they come on the campaign trail. What do? They appeal to you. They make all these promises. All right, they basically use you. All right. Now on the other side, think about the acts of entertainment, Jay. Think about all the acts of entertainment like Michael Jackson, Houston, R. Kelly, all of these that look at Diddy. All right, they use them, and then when they done, they discard them. What did they use them to do? They use them to manipulate you into degeneracy. That's what rap. That's what Esau used rap for. Look at the condition of our people. They use the acts of entertainment, all right, to condition you, to manipulate you. All right. The rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it. But when you need him, he will leave you helpless. So, you have like Bill Cosby. All right, they used him for a certain period of time. R. Kelly, Diddy, they use these people and then they discard them. And then when them people need them, their image is tarnished. They have less money, and they just bug out their mind. And Esau will use who he needs to use. Rich people in general use you, but Esau even used our people against our people. He's going to use you he's going to use the black woman for all her time into Kamala. Kamala is getting in, she's not going to do nothing. When she get in, there's going to be no more rap lyrics. There's going to be no more, I've been out in the streets. I'm in these streets too, and they not like us. All that's going to be gone. It's going to be like, nigga, I see you in 4 years. They run the same play. Verse 5, he will live with you as long as you have anything and will gladly drain you dry. If he needs you, he will trick you with his smiles and cheerful, kindly words. What do? When they go on these campaign trails, they appeal to what they need to appeal to. That's why every time it was an election coming up, you will see Hillary, Michelle, Obama. They go on BET. They be at all the black radio stations. And they be on BET, and they just mad niggers. All right. And then after a while, guess what? You won't see them no more. Okay. Every now and then they might do a little something to appease you. But then when you look around in your community, you look at your pockets, you look at what's going on in the world, there's nothing in it for you, Jack. You in the same predicament you was in. You in the same predicament you was in when Obama was in office, when Clinton was in office, when Reagan was in office. It's the same thing now. Certain things do change, but our people, basically, spiritually and morally, they got worse. Okay? Yeah, you might have, your LeBrons and your Jay-Z's and all that who have no power. They have money, fiat money, that's about to be, tossed out, and it's about to be a whole new system. But that's a whole new lesson for another day. But really, we in the same condition. And basically, we are worse. We're degenerate. We are a degenerate people, because if you even look at the morals and the spiritual aspect of our people and the moral aspect of our people in the 1980s to now, it's worse. Okay, it's worse. The music, the hip hop music that's been put out from the 1980s to now, it's worse. If you think about it. Okay, yeah, we might have better beats and person that put a savvy bar together, a little bit more savvier, but the imagery and the message is way, way worse. It's close to the same, but it's worse. All right, because in Haiti, you did have the appearance of gangster rap. Look at the condition of the women. Okay, if he needs you, he will trick you with his smile and cheerful, kindly words. Do you need anything? He will ask. He will feed you until you are embarrassed. Finally, when he has drained you 2 or 3 times over, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and will pass by you. Right. Again, see you in 4 years, nigga. Biden, he come out making his speeches about what's happening with black people and how Trump gets black people. Trump, he coming out to 50 Cent. He got charges and he going to black fast food restaurants and buying milkshakes and he doing this and doing that. And guess what? Nothing gonna happen in your community. Nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna get reparations. They not gonna ever make right what they did. And they can't do it. The only one that can do it is Yahweh Shah when he come and bring his system down. The only thing that can do it is biblical reparations. All right? That's what we want. We want biblical reparations. We don't want Esau to, hit us. Now, if he give us a check, we'll take it, but that's not enough we asking for. Okay? And again, you're not going to get it. All right? Yeah, that was it on that. But yeah. And again, you see what Kamala said. She's not going to do any. She don't have the power. None of these Negroes do. But she's coming out and saying, I'm not just going to do things for black people. All right. And that's all these niggas, all these Negroes in high places. Your LeBrons and Michelle Obama's, Beyonce and Jay-Z, and whoever you want to name. All right, whoever you want to name that's very influential on our people, they don't care. All right, and they're not gonna do it because they know Esau Edom would take away their money and their fame. Look like Nick Cannon when he was coming out speaking the truth. Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, what happened? They had to get back in line because why? Their money was took. All right. You see they issue them apologies. They do what Esau won't. Oh, they gotta go get training from the rabbis, and they gotta go through all this type of counseling and learn about, same old thing. Man. What happens is if you speak the truth and you're in a high place, Esau gonna spank you. A nigga gonna get in line because he only care about what? His money and his fame and his prestige and his king. Nothing new under the sun. Let's get this. John 11, starting at verse 45. It says, Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Yahushua did believed on him. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Yahushua had done. You see the conspiracy to kill Yahushua. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, What do we do? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. And it's nothing new today. When, let's take Nick Cannon, for example. When he came out and speaking what he was speaking, when Esau and them came to him, which represents the Romans, all right, that's how you know it's nothing new under the sun, man. It's nothing new under the sun. These scriptures is faithful and true, man. The same thing. This is why y'all shot why he was killed, man. And it was due to our own people. They wanted them high-ranking positions under the Romans, just like Esau now, just like you Israelites now. As long as you keep your high-ranking positions, long as they can go in their mansion and spend their money and wear their chains and go on their trips and live lavish and eat the best of the food. They not concerned with our people for real. They'll hold their tongue, man. They'll tuck their morals in. All right. This is how Esau used our people. And when he done with you, he gonna discard you. That's why I got Sirach 13, man. Okay? Nothing new under the sun, man. They said if they believe on him, just like right now, when brothers teach, you have the masses of our people come against it. These celebrities, they can't back brothers. They can't say yeah, those Israelites those Israelites on YouTube is spiritual. Why? They say that the Romans, which right now is representing East Edom, to those, this is Rome 2.0, and it's the same Edomites reincarnated. All right, or if not, it's their forefathers, those Romans, the Edomites, they'll come and take their place, man. They'll come. If LeBron James say, yeah, I was listening to GMS and I feel like they right about everything, guess what? He's not gonna, they gonna have all type of charges and scandals and everything. He won't be in the league. It'll be a wrap for him. All right. And that goes for any celebrity. If they say any Israelite group, all right, any man, no, same thing. So I read the commentary on this, right? I was interested in the commentary on John 11:48. Now check this out. All right, it says, "And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation." Look, the dread of the Roman power must have been constantly present to the Jews of that generation, right? The dread of the Edomite power is constantly present to our people, man, in this generation. They had seen Archelaus disposed, and the Roman procurator had come to carry into effect the Roman decree by Augustus. Pontius Pilate had suppressed outbreaks by violence in the temple itself. There had been tumults in connection with the Corban money and with Barabbas. The Temple Mount was the site of Roman fortress Antonia, and this dread power may at any moment destroy the national life, which only exists on the surface, right? On the surface, these people have power, but realistically, they don't, man. All right, and at any time, Esau can strip who you deem to be powerful or rich or whoever. Look what they did to Kanye. He went from a billionaire to a millionaire, just like that. They took Nick Cannon show. They'll get rid of you. They'll unalive you if you speak truth. Okay, it is nothing new under the sun. Now listen to this. The attempts to prove that our place can mean the temple must now be given up. And if we attach a local meaning to the word, we must understand it of Jerusalem. It may, however, be questioned whether the word has any local signification here, like our word standing in place, in position. It certainly may have moral sense, and New Testament examples of this usage of people. It is suggested that this sense is more in harmony with the feeling of the Pharisees. They possess no local power. All right, so the Pharisees really ain't have power. Just like Jay-Z really don't have power. Beyonce really don't have power. Whoever you deem, these acts of entertainment, that's Israelites, Kamala, Obama, whoever you deem, Oprah, they're leaders of Israel, but they really don't have power. All right, so they possess no local power, and the city could not be taken away from them more entirely than it already was, right? Meaning, like, yeah, you could take the money and everything, all right, but they didn't really have no power. It really wasn't a city to take. All right, their existence as rulers depend upon the Mosaic law and upon the service of the temple. Meaning, that's the only power. They only had that power. That's why they was going in. That's why they didn't like Yahweh Shai. He was threatening that power. All right. So if they believe on Yahweh Shai, it would cut the Mosaic law. It would I don't want to use that word cut, but I would say it would take their power away of using the law in the wrong way, because we know the law is righteous. Okay, because it was given from the Heavenly Father. Okay, but men were using it in the wrong way. All right, to feed their belly and to keep our people in a burden, man. Okay, so it says their existence as rulers depending on the Mosaic law and upon the service of the temple. So just as now our people, we know the acts of entertainment, they do all this wickedness, man, and that's their power. That's the only power they be given. All right, they stunt, they buy all these cars and this money, and it seem like they have all this power. They'll go out there, go vote, and they'll speak and they'll act like they're speaking against the powers that be. But realistically, they've been set up by the powers that be. They don't really have no powers because if they speak the real truth against the powers that be, they know that they'll be stripped. All right, this is what this is saying. All right, round the sinners, they had gathered human tradition and ordinance to which they clung because they only could interpret them and they only could use the vast powers which were this exercised over men. They can only use the new law, the power of that to burden the Israelites, but they had no true power. Again, this is what our people do. The Jay-Z's, and you come out and act like they speaking against the powers they be. Forget about it, man. No. They more than likely have a handler that tells them to do these things. Take Al Sharpton, for example. If he really was for our people, he wouldn't have been around as long. All right? Farrakhan. All the rest of these people that shows up in a time of need of our people, man, like they coming against the Edomite power structure. If they really against the Edomite power structure, they will be eliminated. All right. You see a man 20, 30, 40 years acting like as if he's been fighting for our people against the Edomite power structure. One, either he's set up. Two, Esau's looking at him like, he's nothing. We ain't got to worry about him no way. Okay. All right. So it says, and they can only interpret them, and they can only use the vast power which were exercised over men. The law had become practically an intricate system of tradition, and the temple service had become practically an intricate system of ritual. With this, the Roman Empire, following its usual policy, had not interfered. Right? They let them use that. They didn't interfere in that. In the Jewish, I shouldn't probably say that, but the J hierarchy had become the center and the rulers of the national life. But in direct opposition to both of them had been the work and teaching of a Mashiach, right? He was cutting them niggas because they was hypocrites, using the law only for filthy lucre's sake and for greed gain, man. That's how they were using the law. He has sought to establish for law and service the simplicity of their first spiritual principle. His spiritual teaching was a cut into the very root of their whole being, right? That's why if you come out and speak the truth against our people and against this system, who's going to come against you first? Our people, man. Even if Esau in high places tell LeBron James or any one of these active entertainment to come against the Israelites, they're going to do it. Even if they believe it, even if they know it to be true, they're going to come against it. Why? Because they don't want their place. They don't want their money hurt, man. They don't want their pockets hurt, and they don't want their reputation ruined. All right? If all the people believed on him, their Razan, I looked this up. If all the people believed on Yahushua, all right, then what? Let's get that.
Raison d'etre.
Raison d'etre, the most important reason or purpose for someone or something to exist. Right. So if they believed on Yahushua, then guess what? It's no need. They're not important. All right. This is the only reason they exist. This is the only reason the Romans let them have their power to use them, like I got inside right. All right. 13, it says a rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it. So when Esau, Edom set up, these active entertainment to act like they're so awful, he's only using them, all right, because he can profit from it. So if all the people will believe on him, their raison d'etre will be gone, and the Romans will no longer suffer an imperial. What does that mean? Let's get it. That's a sovereignty within sovereignty, a government within a government, right? So you have, let's take the Boule, for example. They're the power structure over the masses, or even the acts of entertainment. They're basically a power structure over our people, the masses of our people. But guess what? They rule like a sovereignty in a sovereignty, meaning, they have money, they have been allotted treats in the society. They let's move a certain way. But they the Edomite power structure. But Esau, as long as they are misleading the people and doing what Esau say, they let them move with a certain amount of sovereignty that the average Israelite wouldn't be able to move with, basically. All right? That's how they do. And that's why when I read this, I was like, wow, nothing new under the sun, so the imperial is sovereign in the sovereignty, which they now allow because it swayed the masses of people, right? This is the reason why you have Gorilla able to, do these things, or Cardi B. You even had Amber Rose at the Republican, I forgot what they call it, the Republican convention, right? You had Amber Rose. You had Hulk Hogan. Why do they get these people? To sway the masses of the people. Okay? A rich person, the elites, they're the real rich. Person will use you as long as he can profit from you. All right? But when you need him, he will leave you helpless. All right? If he needs you, he will trick you with his smiles and cheerful and kindly words. Right? Yeah. Their words are smoother than butter. So they'll get all these active entertainment. They'll have Cardi B come chill with Kamala Harris, because they know nothing's going to come out of it, man. They know that's who they need to use to sway you silly Negroes. They will take both their position and with it, the rank which they still claim as a nation. All right. So once, the acts of entertainment, our people go against the grain, their rank going to be gone, their position going to be gone, ultimately with it, the money and the fame. All right. So, I just want to bring this out. Lord willing, it was edifying. Until the next lesson. Shalom.